Okay, here we go once again with another servicing video. We're going to do a Poljot 17 joule made in the USSR, has a date complication. This one is gold plated, looks brand new. It's in nice shape. I got this 3 or 4 years ago. You won't believe how much I paid for it. It was an eBay find. Here's the profile of the case. Quite nice. Fits on the wrist nice. It's light. It looks good. Very pretty timepiece. This was on eBay for geez, what did they list it as? I think they were saying it did not run for parts, needs repair. And this was when I was fairly new to buying these, let alone servicing them. I thought, wow, that thing's in nice shape. If anything, I can tinker with it. So, I picked it up. I think I was the only bidder at, you'll never guess what I paid for this, $5.70. It was a couple of years ago, 3 or 4, I don't know exactly. I don't even know what movement that is. I should know, but I don't. I have the ring loosened up already. And we're going to take this apart. I'm going to try to speed through some things here. Speed through this to expedite it, get it done faster. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm going to do my best. So let's see what we have here. It is a 26142H 17 joule. It's ticking pretty nice. I had it on the time grapher, and it is running a little fast. The beat rate is way off, but the amplitude is 280 degrees. But does this need a service? I doubt it, because it's running real good. The fact that it's been sitting around and I haven't done anything with it means I'm going to service it anyway. So here we have it apart out of the out of the case, and I think I'll put the stem back in. Okay, and we're going to let that mainspring down. I'm going to do this rather quickly, so let's get it in the shot so I can hopefully expedite tearing this down quickly, get this done soon. Looks like a relatively simple movement to work on, although I don't think I've done one of these. Let's let that spring down. There we go. Okay. It looks simple, therefore it must be simple. How's that sound? Make sense? Makes sense to me. Okay. Let's see how fast we can do this. Knock this out pretty quick, I hope. Okay. We all know how hands come off, so let's line up the hands, get them off, and get parts put away. I don't even know if we're in the shot. I'm not going to worry about it because this is pretty simple stuff here. There we go. Very nice, dressy looking timepiece. That dial, outstanding. Boy, does that look nice. You know, $5.70. Can't beat it. I think it was a US seller, and I think this guy, he didn't know what he had. Maybe he did and just didn't care. Hey, this thing's not worth any money. Let's just get rid of it. Okay, I'm not sure if this is in the shot. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just get to the nuts and bolts of this. Get this thing apart. I'm not sure how that date complication works, but I gotta be honest with you. Can't be that hard, can it? Maybe I'm overconfident. Who knows? Doesn't matter. We're taking it apart. It's been sitting in my box All this time I've had it on my wrist a couple of times, not many. When I did get it, it did not run, it did not wind, it wouldn't do anything. And when I started servicing watches, I had no idea how to work on them, what I was doing. I just about figured out how the winding mechanism worked and how the click worked, and it turned out the spring for the click wasn't bent properly, probably from the factory, and it just wouldn't click. It just wouldn't hold. You couldn't wind it. You'd wind it and it would spring right back. That's why the seller was selling this for parts. Doesn't run, can't wind. You know, you've seen all the descriptions on eBay. He just wanted it going. I'm having trouble getting this. There you go. The dial was a little tight. It's not in the shot, but that's okay. Here's the dial. That's all. How nice that is. Beautiful. I'm not sure how old this is. I'm thinking it's not that old. Probably 80s. Could be. Okay. Here we go. We're down to this part. Alright. Looks like the first thing we need to do is get that assembly apart. And underneath that will be the date complication. We have a spring here with a device, a lever. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but looking around doesn't look that hard, so let's start with the obvious. 3 screws. Of course, let's put it in the holder better. Come on, dummy. Come on, genius. There you go. Are we in better? We are. Okay, there we go. Let's start with the obvious. 3 screws. Maybe somebody can tell me what year this was produced. I can't imagine it being that old. Looks like modern type machinery built this. And the condition of it. I can't imagine it being that old. So let's see what happens here. If the spring comes flying out, I hopefully will find it. Okay. Oop, let's not bump the camera. Look at that. We do have a few pieces here. Alright, the most obvious one, right there. That thing, if I touch it, it's going to launch. It's going to take off. So here we go with the gloved finger. Okay, there it is, released of its kinetic energy. Now it has potential energy. With that out of the way, our date ring can come off. Look how nice that is. It's nice when you find something like this for $5.70. That lever actually looks like it's going to be quite easy to assemble. Okay. There's a lever here. This looks like an advancing mechanism under this wheel, and this lever is held in place by that. It looks like it's not even captured fully, and that spring is crimped shut right there. I don't think that spring's going to go take off. Okay, you saw that. That wheel just came out. Let's see the back side of that. The back side of that wheel has our advancing mechanism. There it is. Okay. This lever looks like it's gingerly held in there. So we're going to just touch it. Look what happened. I just touched it and it came out. Good. Good to know. It can get away on you. That one didn't go far. It's right there. Now this spring doesn't appear to be popping out, so we're leaving it. Next step, pretty obvious, that's coming off. And this right here, we're going to take that out. Pretty logical how this is going to come apart, at least for me, and I'm sure other people. Looks like new old stock. Could very well be just so clean that this person who had it just didn't get it repaired. They figured, hey, it's a cheap Russian, who cares? Or Soviet, I should say. Okay. Let's come around and get a better grasp on that. Okay. I'm not sure if that's directional. Looks like it's the same profile up or down. That's a thick wheel. Look how thick that wheel is. It's a beefy one. It's a thick gear. Okay, here's our keyless works. Let's manipulate that. Okay, pretty straightforward stuff. But I'm going to leave it in there for now, and we're going to leave that balance jewel on there now. For now. Come around here. First thing we want to do, balance spring. We all know how crazy they can be. Let's get some Rotico. Of course it sticks to everything but what I want it to stick to. Come on. Alright. Looks like that's going to stick well. You remember these from my other videos, these springs. And with the Rotico, it makes it nice. There we go. I'm going to leave it right on the Rotico. Here's our balance jewel. Of course, I dropped it. I should just leave it there and pick it up later. Okay, let's do that. It's underneath the balance, you can see it right there. Okay. That's a tight screw. We are reversing the order here. Okay, there we go for that. Very clean. Does it need a service? Who knows? Who knows if it'll get better timekeeping with a service. They're fun to work on. A new movement to learn. Doesn't appear all that difficult. Look at that pallet fork bridge. That thing's huge. Let's get that jewel out of the way. There we go. Pallet fork bridge. Thing's massive compared to what we've seen. Two screws, and if you look closely, 3 alignment pins. 3 pins, and I think this beats at 21,800 beats per hour when I had it in a time graph. Let's see, how does that come off? Yep, 3 pins. That's a massive. Look how big that is. Good Lord. I wonder if it really needs to be that big. Somebody thought so. Pallet fork. and that thing is still unwinding. It had some energy left in that spring. Okay, let's go to that winder. Getting some real nice comments, real nice feedback from people. They like these. They like the quality. I'm happy people like them. I'm happy to help somebody out. Okay, this one has extra slots milled into it. That means reverse thread. Tighten it up to move it. Remove it. Look at that. A little different system. Pretty big gear there. Okay. Now we got that out of the way. Let's come back to this center bridge. Center bridge, intermediate bridge, whatever. Pretty soon I'm going to have to buy more watches to keep servicing. Although I got a lot of Vostocks I can do, probably 20 or 30 of them that need servicing. But after a while that gets boring, so I think I might have to do the 3133 next. I got a few of those that I can tackle. I got a few parts watches laying around. Okay, you see how that came off? Fairly straightforward. Let's come around here. So I can attack this from the right. We have balance wheel. That is connected to, you know what that's connected to? That might be connected to the cannon pinion. I don't know. One way to find out. But I think this gear can come out. If I can get a better grip on that. Doesn't look like it. I think that's connected to the cannon pinion. So maybe we ought to do the cannon pinion next. Are we in the shot? There we go. Don't think that's going to do it. So let's do the old pin vise way. Where is my pin vise? Okay. Probably should have done this earlier, but I didn't know. Now we know. Okay. That is not wanting to come off. I would think this, look at that. Okay, this second hand pinion, you just had to lean on it. There it is. Let's put it back in. I just had to lean on it to get that out. I thought it was attached to the cannon pinion. Apparently, cannon pinion is attached to this guy right down here. Now we can take that out. It's a pretty substantial gear on that. Gear, wheel, whatever you want to call it. I was hoping to get this thing done in 15 minutes. We're up to 19. Okay. Looks like an intermediate bridge there. We're going to leave it. Let's get this out of the way. Actually, no. Let's not do that. let's just loosen it, turn this over, get the key works apart. How's that? Because once that comes out, those gears won't stay in the mainspring what's that called? Mainspring bridge. Helps hold those in. 2 screws, 2 dowel pins. We're going to keep a finger over these, so if something comes loose, we got it. Don't think it will. Just in case. There we go. Looks like a curvature to that to give it a spring load. 2 parts. One sits on the other. Look at that. Okay, that just popped off its pins. Okay, out that comes. And we have a spring right there. Looks like it's crimped in there. That might be a crimped in spring just like that other one. I don't know for sure. So let's unspring it. Putting a finger over it. Of course the camera's in the way. It is not crimped in. It is a wedge fit. Let's call that a wedge fit. You can see it laying right there. Fairly simple design actually. Don't worry, didn't go far. We're going to put that together right this time too. That is a one piece, just like Slava's. Good to know. Winding stem, Alton Z, 1 gear, 2 gear. Okay. Now we have all that out. Coming around. What did I say this was? A 26142H? I don't know what that means. 17 joule. That's all that matters. Straightforward. It's a big mainspring. I think these will run. This will probably run for a good 60 hours on a wind. Alright, I'm running out of space. Let's put that there. Yep, I'm picking them up by the head. Shouldn't do that. Pick them up by the threads. There you go. Mainspring bridge. And the mainspring and barrel. Look how big that is. That thing's huge. This would probably easily run 60 hours. Our cannon pinion is connected to this. I still haven't figured out how to get that. I probably just need to tighten up the pin vise more, and that'll pop right off. Okay. This bridge, intermediate bridge, cannon pinion, gear bridge, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I know where it goes. Flathead screws, counter sunk in there. Okay. Pinned as well. Pretty tight pins. You know it's a precision fit when those pins are that tight, that they don't just come out just by an easy lift. Got to get a blade under it. Pop it loose. There we go. That's a sign of quality. These pins are attached to the plate and fit into the bores on the main movement plate. Okay, there we go. That is attached to the cannon pinion. All I gotta do is take that cannon pinion off, take our shock jewel out, shock spring. We all know how that works. So at this time, we're up to 25 minutes. We can end this and speed things along.